There's a lot of confusion about the definition of consciousness. Being conscious isn't the same as having a conscience. Having a conscience means doing the right thing, but being conscious means being aware. And it's also not about religion. Consciousness isn't a belief system. Being conscious starts with being aware of how your inner world creates your outer experience. In practical terms, this means noticing how your thoughts and feelings create the actions and results in your life. The way you think affects how you feel, and that impacts what you do, which affects the results you get. The problem is we spend much of our lives not being conscious of what we're thinking or feeling. We don't notice the repetitive thoughts that shape our moods, the inner voice which judges everything, ourselves most of all. We say we're frustrated or overwhelmed as though it's outside of our control and happening to us. In the moment, we're not aware that we're creating those feelings by the way we're thinking. So here's what I mean. If you think no one does it right, you'll feel frustrated. If you think there's too much to do, you'll feel overwhelmed. And when you think we're not going to make it, you'll feel anxious. These are universal human cause-effect pairs. Feelings are directly related to your thinking. If you say, I'm right about this, everyone is making mistakes, and there is too much to do, and I am worried we won't hit our financial targets. My question is this: how does feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and anxious actually help you? It doesn't. It doesn't matter if you think those thoughts are facts. Focusing your energy that way is affecting you. It's making you feel bad, and it's keeping you stuck on the problem, not the solution. It diminishes the energy you have for moving forward toward what you do want, and plus it ripples throughout your company, affecting your team and even your customers. There are hundreds of other thoughts you could choose to think instead, but you only have access to those thoughts when you realize you're thinking in the first place, and when you realize that your thoughts are optional in the second place. This is the time to pause and become conscious of what's a fact and what's a thought. A fact is the contract is not signed, but a thought is they aren't going to hire us. And that makes you feel anxious. A fact is the team did not complete the project. A thought is I have to do everything myself, which makes you feel resentful. And here's why this really matters. They make you feel bad, and those bad feelings become the fuel for your actions. So maybe it happens like this. When you're feeling anxious, you have too many glasses of wine that night and feel worse the next day. Then you have less energy and confidence to move forward toward what you do want. So instead of finalizing your next marketing campaign or completing the company vision for the next quarter, you fiddle around with email or waste time scrolling. Or how about this one? When you feel resentful, maybe you snap at your team and your spouse and create a barrier in both relationships. Then you end up taking over the work to get it done and feeling even more resentment. And in the end, you've taught your team to be dependent on you. They aren't even going to try to do it right the next time. The way you feel drives what you do or don't do, and that directly ties into the results you get. So isn't it incredible to realize that you have the ability to change your results just by increasing your awareness of what you're thinking and feeling, and not taking any action until your energy is aligned with the results you want? Here's an example of this. Once I was working with a founder who had lost a big contract the day before kickoff. The CEO had resigned suddenly, and the board suspended all new projects. It looked catastrophic. She cleared the company schedule to focus on this high-revenue job, and the pipeline was empty for the next 90 days. I listened to her as she vented, "They have a signed contract with me. It's not fair. We won't hit our financial targets this quarter because of this. I can't call my other clients back and let them know we have excess capacity. They'll know something is wrong, and rumors about us will damage our reputation." The real problem is that she believes her thoughts are facts. It's not a fact that she won't hit her goals, because it hasn't happened. She's projecting what she thinks might happen in the future, and future events are never facts. As much as she believes it's not fair, that's also not a fact. Because from the perspective of the board who put the contract on hold, it is fair. They believe they're doing the responsible thing to protect the organization. It's also not a fact that she can't call her other clients to let them know she has capacity. She can call them back. Nothing is physically preventing her. The only thing preventing her is the thought they'll know something is wrong. Not only is this a completely optional thought, but thinking it causes her to feel bad, which prevents her from taking the action she needs to take to get her revenue back on track. After the shock wears off, the first thing to do isn't to pick up the phone and call her clients. The first thing to do is to identify the feelings she wants to have when she makes the calls. If she calls from a place of desperation, she won't get the results she wants. So I asked, how do you want to feel when you make the calls? She said, confident. And I said, what thoughts create that feeling for you? After thinking it over, she said, when I remember how much value my company and team provide and tell myself that we're some of the best in our field, then I feel confident. When I think that way, I don't believe my clients are doing me a favor by giving us work. Instead, I know we're delivering real value and providing solutions they need. 2 of the 3 clients she contacted were happy to hear she had capacity, and not only did she hit her financial targets, but she learned the power of being conscious. So one way to become more conscious of what you're thinking is to notice how you're feeling. Anytime you're feeling bad, you will always be thinking about what you don't want, 100% of the time. Before doing anything, change your energy by refocusing on what you do want. The choice is yours. You can be unconscious and react to life, or become conscious and create it. Your thoughts are optional, and they create your feelings. Become conscious and then create your reality on purpose.